We are just days away from a groundbreaking event that's happening in Paramus designed to empower women who, of course, have to navigate life's most misunderstood stages, menopause. And on Tuesday, March 18th, Women for Women Today will present Demystify Menopause, the hot and cold truths, a comprehensive evening. And it tackles everything from hormone therapy to gut health, all while raising funds for the Susan G. Komen Foundation of New Jersey. And it features a movie screening, menopause marketplace, a powerhouse panel of experts. The event promises to turn frustration into empowerment. And joining us now are the organizers behind it all, T.H. Irwin, founder of Women for Women Today, and Dr. Tracy Verrico, a local gynecologist and menopause expert. Welcome to you both. And the amazing thing, I think, this is my own little 2 cents, if menopause happened to men, as the name almost implies, this would be something that would be whined about day and night. Oh, my menopause, I can't stand it. Women have had to endure this in eternity, for eternity. And I don't know how you do it. Of course, being an adult now, I can only empathize a little bit. But having seen my mother, my grandmother, my aunt, my dear friends with the incredible excruciating headaches and the hormonal swings. God bless you. Again, humanity would have ended if men had to endure menopause. So let's start with TH if we could. You're the driving force behind Women for Women Today and the event. What inspired you to create Demystify Menopause and why focus on menopause during International Women's Month?
First of all, thank you so much for having us here and giving us a platform to talk about this. I create in-person experiences that empower and support and educate women. And for this event, I had my friends coming to me and complaining, and I would watch them sweating in front of me, literally. And so I decided I really needed to create an experience that addressed this and educated women and men, because we need to support our women. And Dr. Tracy Verrico and I have a working relationship. We've worked together on my past Women for Women Today experiences, and she was the right partner for this event. I am not a doctor. I don't know anything about menopause, or at least I didn't 6 months ago, but I know a lot now. And so my intention with my in-person experiences is to make a difference for women. And Dr. Tracy Verrico and I have created a comprehensive experience where we are busting the myths. We are giving you the truths. We're giving you solutions, actionable steps, and all in the name of empowerment, because if you can control your health, you can live a great life. And you don't want to believe what they say on TikTok and all those other platforms. Right. You have to get the truth.
You don't take a swig of olive oil at night and your menopause symptoms go away. Don't listen to TikTok. Do not listen to TikTok. Now, the event benefits, as you mentioned, right? That may help your gut health a little bit. Who knows? It's not going to cure the issues of menopause. The event benefits the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Has been around for so many years and done such a yeoman's work. You're a breast cancer survivor yourself. How does the personal experience tie into the mission of the night?
With every experience I produce, I have a nonprofit partner. I think it's really important to give back to the community. I have had local nonprofits like the YWCA, Women's Rights Information Center. And when you're going and experiencing these symptoms of menopause, and Dr. Tracy can certainly speak better to this than I can, it's hard. And as a cancer survivor, many women are forced into menopause prematurely and have to deal with the hot flashes and the night sweats and the migraines and the gut health and all of the fun things that we get to endure at this midlife stage. But we really wanted to bring Susan G. Komen in because they are at the forefront of research and change as far as the conversation around breast cancer is concerned. So they were the perfect partner for this type of an event.
I know you have as one of your big names there, Tamsin Fadal. Now, Tamsin, I know Tamsin 30 years. We're very dear friends. We were both TV reporters in New York together. In fact, I used to be a priest. I did Tamsin's last wedding, not the current, the last wedding. It's a long story, but I was actually her wedding priest. That's how well I know Tamsin. She is one of the loveliest people on the planet, and she is so into the topic. She literally left her career in broadcasting to dedicate her life to talking to women about menopause. And that speaks volumes. She's an incredible, incredible woman. Let me talk to the doctor, Dr. Brico. Um, Talk about what menopause is. And to the ignorant guy here, is it just basically a woman's body shuts down the production of progesterone, et cetera, and it's like withdrawals from the hormone? Is that what happens?
So, yeah, thank you for having me today. So, the purpose of this whole program is education. And so, to your point, a lot of women don't know what the basic definitions of menopause even are. So, we define the time leading up to having no menstrual cycles for a full year as menopause. That time before that is coined as premenopause or perimenopause. So I explain to women that there are different phases, and basically when those ovaries stop producing estrogen and progesterone, that is when typically patients will start to have symptoms. The ovaries, I explain, are, not a light switch. They don't just turn off. There is a gradual process, almost like a gas pedal. And so women can experience fluctuating symptoms as they go through this phase. A lot of times they are not connecting the dots together in terms of what some of those symptoms can be. And most women assume it's just hot flashes and night sweats, when in fact, you can have everything from joint aches and pains, frozen shoulder, heart palpitations. So some very unusually different symptoms that most patients wouldn't connect to menopause. One of the most common symptoms in overall is really depression, anxiety, mood swings, trouble focusing, finding your words. So really affects you cognitively as well as physically.
And what do you think? Why do you think most women who are entering perimenopause, if you will, as you mentioned, I hope I got that right if I listened. Why do you think so many women are not prepared enough? Because as I mentioned, if this was a guy thing, we would hear about it from birth to death. We'd be talking about male menopause. And I know they say that men do experience something tiny, tiny, tiny in comparison, but nowhere near what women experience. Why do you think that there just isn't as much education about this?
Yeah, that's a great question. So part of it is due to the Women's Health Initiative study that came out in the early 2000s, around 2002, when I was actually in training. And that original study touted that hormone replacement therapy was actually dangerous and caused breast cancer for women, which has actually been completely disproven in 2010. The problem was that at that time, the residency programs really stopped educating their residents. And so when you poll physicians, they really still to this day talk about that under a third of them even have maybe an hour of menopause training. So
Oh,
even in our medical community, there is a lack of education, and there is still a lot of false narrative in the general public surrounding hormone replacement therapy. And so we're trying to change that narrative, because the data is extremely strong at showing that hormone replacement therapy for women is extremely beneficial for their health. It lowers their risk of heart disease and stroke by up to 40%. It lowers their risk of dementia. It lowers their risk of osteoporosis and bone loss. So lots of huge, impactful health benefits that later are affecting women as they're aging in their 70s and 80s.
so be your own best defense. Go find out more about this. The evening, by the way, for those who want to attend, and you should, the evening features prizes, $10,000 in prizes. There's going to be the screening of the movie The M Factor, Shredding the Silence on Menopause. And there's a VIP ticket too that you could buy that gives you access to Defy Menopause course and digital myths and facts. How do all these tools help women get beyond just the one night, TH?
To get beyond this one night, or I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
didn't hear your
In
question.
other words, yeah, I'm sorry.
Um,
The way I said it, yes, because we obviously want to be able to empower women to know not just to go and chat and have that one night, but rather to basically go out as evangelists and tell their friends, hey, there is a way out. There's more that we could learn, et cetera. So how does the movie, how do the course of the evening and what they'll be learning. How will this empower women to move forward, if you will, to leave that evening and be that
What
much more
what
educated?
I what I know and you guys know is the more we know, the better we are. And when we feel good about ourselves, we want to tell people that. We want to share good news, right? We want to celebrate it. I found a solution for this thing. I can sleep at night now. My stomach doesn't hurt. All of the symptoms, we have actionable steps. They may not cure it, but they will certainly help you get relief. And ultimately, a happy person shares their happiness. You can see it in their face. They're going to start glowing again in, the way they carry themselves. Otherwise, you stay in your home and you start to get really depressed. So this night is to empower you. Knowledge is power. It is said all the time and it needs to be said again. And it's up to you to show up for yourself. If you want a change, then make a change. And we have created this comprehensive, it's going to be fun. It's not going to be doom and gloom and depressing. We are going to keep it uplifting and positive. And then you'll have the tools. And afterwards, you can have Tamsin's book if you buy a VIP ticket. You can take Dr. Tracy Verico's course. We have next steps for you to continue to carry you along this journey.
How can people get more information and get tickets? What is a website where they can go for more info?
So the website is Demystify Menopause, ONNJ.com. That will lead you to Eventbrite, but also on that page, we have 7 other experts in gut health, sex health, brain, plus Dr. Tracy, nutrition. We have Warrior Babe, Nikki Stott, and we have Tamsin Fidel, who really is a midlife warrior and mentor. She is not afraid to tell her own story, which is very difficult and leaves people very vulnerable. But there are people like Tamsin and Tracy and myself who are willing to step forward and take a lead. So Demystify Menopause NJ, buy your VIP tickets. It gives you a ton of swag, which is fun, and information and tools that you can take with you afterwards. And of course, you can reach out to either one of us through the website.
Just for those who don't realize, Tamsin Fadal was at Channel 2 and Channel 11 for decades, and she was an extremely successful anchor and reporter. I know, like I said earlier, I know her well. She's an amazingly talented woman. And she literally just did the story of menopause once or twice and got such a huge response. And because of the men executive producers in television in New York, not realizing that she touched a nerve, they would just say, oh yeah, we'll do a little 2-minute story on it. Okay. Every time she would do a story on it, the reaction would be huge. Well, you're 50.5% of the population. So how male executive producers didn't get that is beyond me. But the fact is, every time she did it, the reaction was so huge that she started her website. And the website, she has millions of followers. Millions. Well, yeah.
Yep.
How no one else did this before is beyond me. But I am so thankful that you're both doing this. TH, for you organizing this with TH Irwin, Women for Women Today, and gynecologist Dr. Tracy Verico. You will be there. I hope people check out that website and show up. And men can learn a lot too. If you live with a woman, you have a mom, you have a sister, you have a girlfriend, you should educate yourself as well, to be a little more empathetic. I mean, I know we kid about it, but I sat on a set for 20 years with female co-anchors who were of the age and who went through it. And I'm gay, so I'm not married to a woman, but we say our TV wife. And it's true, because I'm with them. I was with them 4 and 5 and 6 hours a day, side by side, and had to endure they had to endure the headaches, the pain, the agony. And as a guy, we just don't experience it. We don't get it. So educate ourselves, males, to be more empathetic to the women in our lives. Thank you both so much for being here. And I wish you lots of success. Please come back and let us know how things go. You can come back after the night too. We could keep talking about this.
That would be great.
Thank you, Ken, so much.